Hello, this is Uplifting Post Hour. Welcome on board of a train that travels in northern Sweden and branches off from the Ådalen line right at Västeraspby station, where our railway line begins. Now, this station is not part of this tour as it's still part of the Ådalen line, but all of the passengers go along the Botniabanan as of 2025. And the first station that our train stops at is Örnsköldsvik Central, which is a new build station from around 2008 or 2009. Now, there already used to be an old railway line between Vännäs-Holmsund and Örnsköldsvik, which ceased passenger operations in the mid-1980s, and since then it was only the bus that connected to Örnsköldsvik. However, this city got its railway back in the early 2010s. And the station looks pretty beautiful. It does have got two elevators that go to both of the side platforms, a third one that goes to a bridge, and there is even a platform elevator that covers the small distance between the Concourse and the old railway station building. Besides that, there is also an indoor bus terminal. Yeah, they created a proper travel center here. Looks pretty decent.
Huvudingång. Kör uppåt.
Basic passenger train service is provided by Nortog with the regional trains going between Sundsvall and Umeå Central. These trains roughly operate once per hour with some gaps in the timetable, so you might need to wait for 2 hours for the next departure. Keep that in mind. This timetable is significantly reduced during weekends, up to only 6 departures per day. 2 to 3 mainline trains called SE Snabbtåg add to this service. These trains go all the way down to Stockholm and back. An additional night train called SE Nattåg comes all the way from the northernmost corner of Sweden and even Norway and goes down to Stockholm and also back. These mainline trains only stop at Örnsköldsvik Central, sometimes Nordmaling for as far as I can recall, Umeå Östra and Umeå Central. The regional trains stop at every station. Next stop, Örnsköldsvik Norra, or North. This is just a regional train station that does have got a single track, although it looks like the track bed is big enough to accommodate a second track should it ever be required in the future. As of now, there is only one track and a small entrance building with a single elevator in it that is actually heated and allows you to stay there in the warm before the train comes.
Första våningen. Andra våningen. Kör ner.
Next stop, Husum, a single-track railway station that is located on the bridge. The building is somewhat simple and it does have got a single KONE elevator, which runs in a not completely walled-off shaft. Quite interesting, I didn't expect to see that in Sweden. Again, just like the other station, this one is regional trains only.
Fjärde våningen. Kör neråt.
Next stop, Nordmaling. Compared to how small this place actually is, the station is quite comfortable to say the least. It does feature an island platform, it does have got 2 escalators and a single elevator that we are going to take a look at very soon, plus an indoor bus terminal just like there was in Örnsköldsvik, although it does not look as luxurious as it does there, but is still pretty decent for such a small place. Quite amazing. For the most part, the station is also just regional trains only. However, as far as I know, a very few mainline trains stop there, but I don't know which ones do. Next stop, Hörnefors. This is already part of Umeå Kommun, and I was quite surprised at how small this place actually is. It's not much more than a village. Still yet, this station does have got escalators in it, which is quite amazing for such a small place really. Apart from that, there's also a single Orona elevator.
Plan 3.
And now we reach the most important station of this line, which is Umeå Östra, which is even more important than Umeå Central. This station just has got 2 side platforms. Still yet it is quite a big one that does have got 2 Schindler elevators and even a single inclined elevator, which has been created by the company ALT. I've never seen an inclined elevator of that company before. It must be something quite rare to say the least. This station also serves as a terminus for regional trains that come from Vännäs, which are either trains from Vännäs, Vännäs-Holmsund or even Luleå.
Hissen på väg ner. Bakre dörr stänger. Våning 0. Främre dörr öppen.
Next stop, Umeå Central. This station is pretty much part of the railway line from Vännäs to Holmsund, of which the trains today just go between Umeå and Vännäs, but it has been almost completely rebuilt for Botniabanan, so it can pretty much be considered a part of that line now. And although this station is a through line, it's not an actual terminus station, this is where Botniabanan ends. All of the regional trains that come from Sundsvall also terminate at this station. The station has got 2 side platforms with 1 elevator each, and the only heated building in here is the actual old railway station building. All the trains that do not end in Umeå Central and go further towards the north will continue along the railway line to Vännäs and then along the main line through Upper Norrland, which is something that will change in the future once the Botniabanan has been finished. So wait, before we actually finish this video, let me check on how useful this railway line is. First of all, and I think that's quite obvious, the positives definitely outpace the negatives. This railway line is useful. In the past, the only way to get from the south to northern Sweden was the main line through Upper Norrland. This line is quite slow and today mostly used by freight trains. Trains were much more infrequent and for the most part they didn't even reach the big cities. For example, Örnsköldsvik. While it used to have a railway line from Melensa to Örnsköldsvik, that one did not serve passenger trains since the mid-1980s and the only way to get to Örnsköldsvik was by bus. However, there are a few things to criticize here. There is, for example, the ride through the long tunnels, which absolutely caused a massive pain in my ears. It looks like the trains are not all that pressure-proof after all. And when it comes to how punctual the trains are, this is not all that good. The entire line is single-tracked and I really often see trains being delayed along that line. The delays are usually not that much, but there is a good chance that your train, even if it's a regional one, doesn't approach on time. I experienced that several times when I've been traveling along the line. Oh, and don't even get me started on the SE9 train. That one is barely punctual. This train is usually always delayed. And the last thing I got to mention here is apparently the waste of money at some places. The most famous station being Hörnefors. I mean, this is a small village, yet it still has got a fully fledged terminal building with escalators and such. And although this adds a lot of comfort, these escalators are barely used. Was it really necessary? I think a stair and an elevator could have done the same job quite as well for a small station like that. Alright, that's about it. I really like that this railway line exists. After all, as I already mentioned, the positives definitely outweigh the negatives. And yeah, this is it. Sometime in the future, when Botniabanan is finished, I might do a tour of that one. For now, maybe a tour of the Ådalen line comes up in the next year.